Hello again, and welcome back to the NIMS Travel Channel. Today I will be talking about electronic country clearances. For those of you who are new, please visit the NIMS Conference and Group Travel site. This site has all information pertaining to all aspects of conference and group travel. From the NIMS Conference and Group Travel site, you will click on the Foreign Travel tab. Here you will see links to forms and sites. Today we're working with the e-country clearance site. Before I click on this link, I want to scroll down to the bottom of the page. Anybody traveling to Canada, Africa, or Mexico, effective January 1 of 2018, is required to complete a high threat security overseas seminar training or FACT training. Anyone traveling for 45 or more days will have to take the FACT training. Anyone traveling less than 45 days will take the HTSOS training. There is a link at the bottom sheet here with the email address for the registrar for taking the exam, as well as a link to the SF-182, which must be completed along with an $80 payment, and the training is good for 5 years. This training is taken online, so be sure to give yourself at least 3 to 4 months prior to travel. It takes about a month to get confirmation for this training. There is only one person at Department of State who processes these requests, so you may not get a notification once you submit your SF-182 for maybe 2 to 3 weeks. So I strongly recommend taking this training as soon as possible if you know you're going to be traveling abroad. With that being said, from the top here, we go back to the e-country clearance link. If you click on this link, it will take you to the Department of State ECC page. If you don't have an account, you can create one here from this page. It takes just a few minutes. Anybody can access this site. You do not have to be a travel preparer to have an account with this site. So here you would enter your information and your password. And you log in here. And the first screen will give you notifications. This is where you can get information about any new warnings for countries, as well as information about FACT or HTSOS training. So from the left side, you would click on the plan itinerary, and then you would click on new itinerary. And from here, you will choose the country that you will be traveling to from the drop-down menu. So today I will be looking at Canada, and we continue. Once you click your country, you will get a new pop-up screen that will give you the travel requirements for that country. So please be sure to read this thoroughly. Then you would add the country to your itinerary and continue. From the next screen is where you would populate all of your traveler information. So you would add your traveler. Please be sure to put in the traveler's complete name. And if they have a middle name, please be sure to include that as well. From the drop-down box, you will choose your agency and employment type, which should be direct hire. We do not complete country clearances for contractors. You would put in the traveler's complete email address, their phone number, and their country of birth, as well as their country of passport. Make sure to correctly populate their passport number and their passport type. All NOAA employees who are traveling on official travel must travel on an official passport. You are not permitted to travel using a personal passport. The only time there is ever an exception to this rule is if you have already applied for an official passport, but you will not get the passport in time for your trip. And the only way this is allowed is if you send an email request to the NOAA travel office requesting permission to use your official passport. They may or may not approve it. So for clearance level, if you have one, you would select your clearance level. If you do not have a clearance level, you would just say none. If you require any access, no. Enter your pay grade, and then you will populate your emergency contact info. Make sure you include a cell phone number on this list here, and you save your traveler, and you continue. The next screen is going to ask you to populate your carrier information. So you click on carrier, your mode of travel, say it's air, your airline carrier name, and your flight number. Your departure point is what airport you will be departing from. You will populate your departure date, your departure time, and your arrival point, and your arrival time. And then you will save the travel info, and you continue. The next screen is going to ask you about your destination and transit cities. Your destination is what city you will be traveling to. If you plan on visiting multiple cities, you would enter all the city information here. Then you would select your clearance post. Once you select your clearance post, you will get a notification that you are traveling to a high threat risk post, and you must have taken your FACT or HTSOS training. You click OK, and then you will enter your agency section, and you would always select economic section. You put in your arrival date to your destination and the date that you will be departing from that destination. And then you will make sure to include the purpose of your visit. Please be as specific as possible. I'll just say that it's a working group meeting. And then from here, you would continue. Once again, you get another pop-up letting you know that the next screen is going to ask you for your training information. You click OK, and this is where you would enter the training that you took prior to your travel, either the FACT or HTSOS training. Choose from the drop-down box and the year that you took your training, and you continue. Once again, you get a reminder letting you know that once you arrive at your post, you will be required to provide documentation that you have taken that training. The next screen will ask you if you require any special assistance. If you do not, you continue, and then you would add your lodging information. Here is where you will enter the name of the hotel that you are staying at, the address of the hotel, as well as the city, the phone number, the rate you're paying for your lodging, and if you have a confirmation number, you'll put that here, and you save your lodging. Once you continue, it will take you to a summary screen. This is your final chance to make sure that all of the information that you have populated is correct. If you notice that you've made a mistake somewhere, you are able to modify your itinerary by clicking on one of these boxes, wherever you have your mistake. If everything looks correct to you, you scroll down to the bottom of the page and you would submit your request here. I will not click the submit request because this is just for training purposes, so I will just save this as a draft. And once you submit your electronic country clearance request, you will get an email confirmation from Department of State. It usually takes about anywhere from 10 to 21 days to process a country clearance. So please be sure to give yourself plenty of time to get this processed. Do not expect to send a country clearance and get a turnaround of 5 to 7 days, because that will not happen, and then you will not be able to go on your travel. So please allow at least a month prior to your travel date. I would like to thank you for visiting us at the NIMS Travel Channel. Please look out for upcoming videos, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions, please email us at nims.group.travel@noaa.gov. Thank you. We'll see you next time.